Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Not Fancy League. As always, I'm Rob,
And I'm Tyler.
and we are coming at you post Week 9, going into Week 10, hitting double digits for the first time in the NFL season. NFL season is cruising along, and things are heating up in the Not Fancy League. So, do we start with our standings update here, Tyler?
Yeah, we do, and we got a clear number one now with Rock Springs Football Club at a 7-2 with a fair amount of groupings. I guess there is a second Field of Dreams with a 6-3, but after that, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5, and 4 teams.
Yeah.
Really fighting out for that last spot. I guess Team Arias and Team DeMarco Murray fighting for that last top spot with the new playoff formatting.
Yeah, with the new playoff format, it's tough for Team Maris. He's looking a little shaky. Coldest team in the league. I don't know if you guys remember. I was throwing fraud alerts on the screen the whole time he was winning all these games. Look, who's sitting 5-4 now, almost 500. Still has the lead in the division, but maybe not for long. Big game this week between Ayers and DeMarco Murray. We'll get into all of that, but starting with some of the stuff this week. Looking at Team Blasi, sitting at 0-7, now 2-7. They've won their last two games. Pretty good young running backs. Travis Etienne looks pretty good. So things going in the right direction. The only thing is he's in that absolute dominant division there in the East.
Yeah, I mean I'm in second to last place but he has a 2-game lead because I have the tiebreaker. So you probably will get it with only 5 more weeks left. But yeah, I mean, showing promise for next year.
For sure.
That
yeah.
he has a legit team. Yeah, and with a couple more weeks. 2 more weeks, I believe, after this week of before the trade deadline. It'll be interesting which team definitely out of the East will actually want to commit to it and
see if any moves
really go for it.
Yeah. And then speaking of trades, that's right, we do have another trade. It was a big deal trade. A trade for a first-round pick. It was Team Toman and Team Ayers making a deal. It's already been on the screen. You guys can see it. So let us know what you guys think of this trade. It's pretty much just Aaron Jones for a first-round pick. I think you already cut Chuba. Like you just said, no one should have Chuba on your roster.
I mean, the reason I did that, I had 6 players already, maybe even 7 that just were projected 0 points. So I didn't really need Chuba, who's on a bye, get me more points, or who's out rather, to get me 0 points. So I mean, I didn't really care. We just had to trade a player, and so he just chose him. But yeah, I was trying to offload Aaron Jones for a little while. Adrian was getting some wild trades for what to get, especially with to get CMC was 2 first and Pittman and another guy.
Yeah, he was offering a lot of stuff. Yeah, that was a crazy trade he offered Alex. He was trying to get CMC, and Alex was thinking about it.
That would have been wild if that went through. But I'm happy. I think he got injured, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think the rebuild now is starting for Team Tillman. See how it goes.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, you're not totally even out of it either. I want to throw the standings back up here really quick. If you look at the West, so the Standard got a big win this week, and it made the whole division get very, very strange. Because, in my mind, anybody can win this division at this point. Where's DeMarco Murray's the hottest team right now, but anyone can win this division. It's so close. 1 through 5 have a shot to make the playoffs and win this thing.
Yeah, definitely be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be a buy-in, try to get more players, but we'll see with the players I got what will happen.
Yeah, and there's still time. What if you win these next 2 games and all of a sudden you're in the playoffs? You're maybe I should trade Aaron Jones for a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Come on, get him back.
Now I'm wondering. Now heading over to the Elza week, I have Tyler Higbee, who had a rough week this week. I got trying to pull him up right now, but yeah, Rob, any talks on Tyler Higbee?
He just had 0. He had 0 points. He threw up an absolute goose egg. I don't even think he got hurt necessarily. I don't know what happened there. But pretty much if Tyler Higbee comes out and he scores 4 points post Dookie Lamar, name change, we'll get into that later. Trich's team would have won this week, but instead he lost to Rock Springs Football Club, who are now at 7-2. Pretty much not exclusively because of Tyler Higbee, but if he gets half of his projected points, he wins.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Higbee, and changing your name that same week to Dookie Lamar, it's kind of tough look, especially you're kind of setting yourself up to get memed right there, to be honest.
Yeah, so just it's because we brought it up. Payne and the McManus, a very, very good team. Post Dookie Lamar, 0-1. People are asking, is post Dookie Lamar a playoff team? All right, so moving on to our other L of the week, we have my pick. It was Aaron Jones, so just actually got traded for a first-round pick. came out and then laid an absolute egg against Detroit at 6.5 points. Pretty much, again, if he hits his projected points, if he hits almost half of his projected points, Team Mariners beats the standard, but they don't. The team that was last in the division is now being the team that's first in the division. So it's not totally Aaron Jones' fault, but first round pick, Aaron Jones, 6.5 points. You could have picked anyone up on waivers. He got 6.5 points, Adrian. So
yeah, it sucks, but he's coming out for the rest of the league, rest of the year, so he'll probably pick it up. He's a top 10 back. He'll probably pick it up. But talking to probably like a top 1 back of the week with the MVP of the week, I have Joe Mixon dropping a hat trick of touchdowns in the first half, ending with 5 touchdowns at the end. 55 points, absolutely insane. LT numbers, really.
Yeah, he was by far and away the best player of the week, and Team Squiggs lost. That's the part that hurts the most. Team Squiggs did not get the win this week. No one else showed up. Matthew Stafford, 10 points. Mike Evans, 9. No one else really had anything to do. Stephon Diggs only had 14. And he loses to the white-hot Team Blassie, who everyone's just firing on all cylinders over there on that team. So, yeah, sad loss, but MVP for sure for Joe Mixon. And I'm going to go second MVP to Justin Fields. This man has looked stellar for the last couple of weeks. The number 1 fantasy quarterback since week 5. Broke Michael Vick's rushing record. People are saying, arguably the best quarterback in the league right now. At least that's what I'm hearing from people in my area. So it's just absolutely crazy stuff. The only thing is I kind of got to be on L of the week because I cut him. I drafted Justin Fields in the first ever draft. I cut him in maybe week 4 or 5 to pick up Daniel Jones, and I'm looking kind of like an idiot right now because why would I want Daniel Jones when I could have had Justin Fields? Alex is not going to give him back to me. He said he would want a lot from me in order to get Justin Fields back, so I guess I just take the L on that. But Justin Fields, huge week, continues to have big weeks. I think he's the number 4 projected point quarterback this week.
Justin Fields. I didn't see that. Yeah, I remember you dropped him. Maybe it was before the Patriots game, but I was looking at it. I was like, maybe do I get him? Maybe not. I was like, if I get him, it will be emotional being a Bears fan, not being able to cut him again.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I know I'll give it one more week. Alex was smart, picked him up, and now he texted me. I was trying to give him Kyler or something for him, and he's just like, it's untouchable. I was like, I completely understand.
Yeah, it's you can't give him anything that he would want back for him. He's not going to be worth any more than he is right now, unless he wins an MVP, which who knows? He's an absolute animal.
Give it a couple of years, he will.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, he's rolling with Justin and Justin. But moving on to our games this week, we got Team Blassie versus Team Squiggs. We just touched on this game a little bit. Team Blassie right the hot streak. They continue to get the win. We'll throw up the full box score right here. Any thoughts on this game, Tyler?
Blassie, like we said, white hot, stays hot. 153 points. He got a young team. Garrett Wilson looks like a real legit talent emerging. Jalen Hurts showing that he should be in the conversation for MVP.
For sure.
And then you got ATN really shining after the James Robinson drain.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's combining that with Dameon Pierce, another rookie who's pretty much the entire Texans offense every single week. So both of those running backs have been really, really good for him. And Darnell finally had a good game. I guess not finally, but he caught a real touchdown, which is a crazy concept. That's a Bears receiver caught a touchdown. So
got another weapon, helped him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be more to come. Head into the next week. Next game, we got Team Arias versus Standard. Kind of touched about this already, but Arias on a 4-game lose streak while the Standard with a big upset.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a low-scoring game, but again, the Standard talked about, I believe, last week in our videos, you got a young team with the quarterbacks, and Trevor Lawrence balled out, and just a really consistent performance from the rest of his team, while other than Josh Allen, this team, and TJ Hawkinson, this team and Michael Carter, everyone else got less than 10 points.
Yeah.
It was just kind of disappointing from Team Arias.
Yeah, and this game was going into Monday night very, very close. I think it was Justin Tucker versus the Ravens defense and Josh Jacobs, and the Standard came back and was able to squeeze a victory out just because the Ravens defense played so well. And Tucker did well. He had 10 points, but not enough in order to get that victory. So that was a very, very close, nail-biting victory for the Standard this week. But moving on to the Danger Witch versus Where's DeMarco Murray. We had not a stomp down, but Where's DeMarco Murray looks like they might be the best team in the East Division. Devontae Adams finally came back. He had a big game. Justin Fields, MVP of the week. And Travis Kelce, he's a pretty good tight end too. People kind of forget that he just puts up numbers every single week. So those three kind of came together and were a big reason why where's DeMarco Murray was the number one scoring team of our week.
Truly a scary thing when you drop 163 points and you still got Christian McCaffrey on a bye. Like what this team can become.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you had one of your quarterbacks set the all-time rushing numbers, and with quarterbacks, rushing numbers are insane.
Yes.
But still, I mean, if Justin Fields regressed, so he still gained like 15 carries a game, and then Christian McCaffrey does what Christian McCaffrey point. I think this team, honestly, we talked about Rock Springs. Where's DeMarco Murray? I would say a still shout to be the net 1A, 1B for contenders to win this all.
Yeah, they are definitely up there. He's number one in the East for sure. That West, I mean, he's number one in the West. I keep getting them all mixed up. Number one in the West, but he's currently number two. But I think he has the best team in the West. The East is an absolute mess. Moving on to another team in the East that got a win. Fields of Dreams moves to 6-3. Started 0-3, has won 6 games in a row. He beat me, Money Manziel. Just quick thoughts on my team. I don't hate my team, but my team is a mess. Gabe Davis drives me nuts because I never know when to play him because he either gets 5 points or 25 points. Kenyon Drake was my only good player. I think I already cut him because he's not worth anything. He's on a bye. That's the way my running back situation is. I don't know. I got a lot of young receivers. Someone's got to figure it out. Maybe we're just going in for next year, but this was our worst week.
Yeah, bad week. You had your number one tight end get subbed out for the back because you had Mark Andrews there. Yeah, tough week, but Field of Dreams is really, playing on their team name right there. A team with dreams right here with the 6-game week, and then just running backs ball out. Kirk Cousins iced out on the plane, and Aaron Rodgers gained some points, but being a terrible quarterback for the Packers, and you just hate to see it, really.
Yeah, he looks rough, but really, the consistency and just throughout his team was very impressive this week. Eckler with 24, Jefferson with 25, Goddard with 24, Kirk Cousins had 18 or 16, I can't see. Did Kirk Cousins have his exact projection? Just go on. That's the most Kirk Cousins thing ever, for him to get exactly his projected points. You're going to get out of Kirk what you think you're going to get out of Kirk. So, that's just, I guess, shout out Kirk Cousins this week. But, yeah, big win for Fields of Dreams. They're second now in their division. They passed post-Dookie Lamar. Post-Dookie Lamar, I think, still in the playoffs, but 0-1 since the name change. And then moving on to our last game of the week, this was our game of the week. This was post-Dookie Lamar versus the Rock Springs Football Club. Very, very close game. 2 high-scoring teams. I don't really know. It was just a little bit too much firepower for the Rock Springs Football Club. That Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill thing is pretty lethal.
Yeah, I mean, post-Dookie Lamar is probably really killing himself right here. He had the opportunity to trade for a top 3 tight end. Decided not to. Say I believe in Higbee. Then Dookie's all over you right there, and it's just tough. You hate to see that. And then Rock Springs Football Club does what they do. They come out, they drop points on the wide receivers and with the running backs, and then the quarterbacks somehow are their weak point, which is a wild thing for fantasy. And they get wins. A real juggernaut. Yeah,
they look really, really good. They definitely are a little bit a tier above everybody else right now, especially in record. They look really, really good.
Heading over to now we got the Week 10 preview. We got the Egg Bowl bet. Both of us went 4-1 this week.
I'm not out.
I got the standard right, while you got Field of Dreams right, and then we got the rest of the games right.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes from our now records are now 23-7 for myself, while you are at 17-13, keeping the spread a nice even distance from last week. Any thoughts about the Egg Bowl?
I mean, I went 4-1. I didn't make up any ground. I kind of was hoping I'll be able to make up some more ground, but I did not. But I'm not out of it, so that's how I feel about it. But let's just go straight into these games. So we got the Danger Witch versus Rock Springs Football Club. To me, this one seems kind of lopsided. The Rock Springs Football Club is pretty good. They look like they're going to be at full strength pretty much this week. I'm going to ride with the Rock Springs Football Club.
Yeah, smart move. You're playing a team that's going in one direction versus a team that's going in the other direction. If it was an NFL, this would be a spot, maybe go for, me, but this is fantasy. You just go play smart, Rock Springs Football Club.
Yeah.
Heading over to our next game, we got ourselves Team Vlassi right here versus Post Dookie Lamar. Rob, what's your thoughts on this game?
I'm gonna go with Team Blasi. I think that those
Okay.
running backs are riding hot right now. It's Jalen Hurts in prime time, which we haven't really had a great Jalen Hurts prime time game in a little bit here. So like maybe he comes out big MVP performance from him and AJ Brown, and we'll just have to see what Post Dookie Lamar does. Like they still to me seem like they need one more receiver in order to contend with these top level teams. So Post Dookie Lamar 0-2.
Yeah, I wrote down here Post Dookie Lamar, and I don't think I'll switch, but the stat that he's 0-1 with the name change did get in my head, and with the name Post Dookie, it's hard to bet on, but I'll stay with it. But Team Vlassi is a sharp move this week.
So moving on to the Standard versus Money Manziel, man. This is going to be a barn burner of a game. Both these teams are not very good.
Shilchesky, a duel.
It is me versus my dad. I mean, if you look at my running backs that I'm starting this week, I got Deontay Foreman and Rashad White. As you can see, the team is struggling right now. So I'm going to have to go with the Standard. My team is a mess. I don't think we're pulling anything out anytime soon. The only shot we have is if Gabe Davis goes nuclear and Daniel Jones rushes for 100 yards. I don't know what else other than that I got.
Both those are not crazy shots, to be honest, but I am going to also go Standard. He's just playing a solid team, honestly. It's a very solid team.
It's too many Steelers for my liking. It's
Najee
and Deontay.
But it's like one of those things. They're the Steelers. They'll just always come out with like a win when you don't expect it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
True. That is true.
The Standard, be interesting how this one plays out. Going to our second to last game, we got Field of Dreams 6-game winning streak, as we mentioned before, versus Team Squigs. Numbers a little skewed because they don't have their full lineup set, but I think I'm going to go Field of Dreams, the team that's the hottest team right now. Got to keep following them.
Yeah, it seems like they have the better buys coming in here. It's actually, you know what? I'm going to go Team Squigs for this reason right here. Jonathan Taylor is going to be healthy. Jeff Saturday, new head coach of the Colts, is going to run Jonathan Taylor 35 times. He's going to run the ball so much, and Jonathan Taylor's going to have a monster game, and that's why he's going to win.
Maybe trade for Jonathan Taylor. Some buy low candidates.
Maybe buy low on
see
Jonathan
what
Taylor.
Happens. Maybe before this video airs, maybe something will happen. Let's see.
We'll see. Are you going to trade for Jonathan Taylor?
I'm brewing it in my head right now. Let's see what happens.
I'm going to throw it an offer first. So,
to the game of the week, and I like this one. This really decides. There's got a lot of times these game of the weeks are kind of weak. I really enjoy this game of the week.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be for the only playoff spot in our division.
Yeah.
Team Arias versus DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray's on the tear versus Team Arias, who's in a spiral right now. It's easy for me, DeMarco Murray. Going with him most weeks, paying off well.
Yeah, and to me, so Team Arias won this first matchup. The first time that DeMarco Murray and Team Arias played, Team Arias came on top. If Team Arias wins again, it's going to be really, really difficult for DeMarco Murray in order to make the playoffs because they'll have the tiebreaker advantage and a game lead on him with not that many games left to play. So DeMarco Murray has to win this week. He's riding hot. Team Arias goes 5-0, and then they go 0-5. Where's DeMarco Murray this week?
DeMarco Murray, I like it to end it. Yep, I went there as well. It's be interesting how this week plays out. So no interview this week.
Yeah.
Next week we do have Nathan Bischoff.
We'll have Nathan on. Yeah.
Field of Dreams, the Red Hot.
Yes, the Red Hot Field of Dreams. If he wins this week, he'll be running a 7-game win streak on our video next week. Don't want to jinx him or anything, but he will be on with us next week, live from New York. I believe he's in New York right now.
Just like Saturday Night Live.
Pretty much. Do you got anything else before we wrap up this video this week, Tom?
No, just a good week of football. Football is this is another time you got a little reflect how much weeks are coming down to the end. We only got 7 more weeks. It's a little sad, but you can enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, and then I guess the only thing I'm going to say is I think we're going to start making TikTok videos of these different YouTube videos. Just cut up some of the things that we say. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I don't know. We're going to start putting up some TikTok videos. Well, I'm going to spend some time editing and see what it looks like. But yeah, this has been the Not Fantasy League. As always, best roast gets $5. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.